Hi to friends and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, let's talk about these two business smartwatches that not only gonna make you look cool and sexy, but also receive your notifications straight from your wrist. Of course, make and receive calls with your smartwatch won't be a problem. And they also offers you a lot of cool apps for daily use. And just like you're thinking right now, different than a regular watch, you can switch the watch face anytime you want. Even from the app, they offer you a lot more where to choose from. Hey, even if you want to use a digital dial in this classic watch, yes, you can go ahead and do that also. If you are interested, I invite you to stay tuned. Please don't forget to hit the like button. And with that being said, let's get started with this comparison. Alright, here we have them side by side. Remember, on the left, we will have the R1 business smartwatch, and on the right, the AW12. And never forget that we're talking about two very budget smartwatches. You can find them on AliExpress from $28 to $40, depending the day and store. So to start this comparison, I would like to mention that they both build out of metal, so they not only look very luxurious, but also they feel very premium on your hand. Different here is that on the R1, as you see, the chassis has that brush finish, and on the AW12 we had that very shiny finish all around. Alright, here we have them side by side. Remember, the black one on left is the R1 business smartwatch, and on the right it is the AW12 model. And during the whole video, don't forget that we're talking about very budget smartwatches. By the time of this video, you can find them on AliExpress from $27 to $40. But for that price, let me tell you, they not only look very luxurious, but they feel very premium on your hands. Oh, I almost forget, and on both you find them on black, green, blue, and gold color. Just keep in mind, depend on the color, the price might be different. Continue with our smartwatch. On both you will find that very nice design around the bezel. Different here will be that on the AW12 it is a lot easier to turn it, and they sound different. Let me put it next to the microphone when I turn it. And now on the R1 is very firm. You had to do a lot of pressure to be able to turn it, but it sounds more sexy and precise in my opinion. Let's go next to the microphone. I think you could hear it clearly, but like I said, it's a lot more firm to turn. Now continues with the bezel, not only that has that very nice color, those lines and numbers, but that little ball that you see on top that stick out on both. Maybe you can clearly see it right there. It glows at night or when it's dark. Let me show you real quick. Now continue with the difference. Right here we have another one that you want to consider. The screen on the R1 is completely flat with the bezel around it, as I'm showing you right now. The good thing it is that it comes with a screen protector pre-installed from factory. Yes, it has a film. While on the AW12, as you see, the screen is lower than the bezel, so it will offer you some kind of protection against scratches. Not only that, but I really like that on the inside they leave that silver shiny color all around that makes it looks real nice. Of course, as you already noticed it, a huge difference it is that right here on the R1 we count just with a crown, but pretty cool that it's pushable and rotatory functional. You can do zoom out, zoom in, even open apps. You can also navigate through menus by turning it. Go back with a little press. On the other hand, the AW12, yes, it has a rotatory crown, but it's not pushable. But the good thing it is that you can switch watch faces with it. Do zoom out, zoom in. You can now open apps if you keep turning, but definitely you're able to navigate through menus when you turn it. Remember, it is not pushable, but you can with these two buttons, one on top, one on bottom. One can turn off the screen, turn it on. It can take you back to home screen. And the bottom one, if you press it, will take you straight to the sport. Now, about straps on both models, they are very similar, except the buckle. As you see on the AW12, we can with this one that you press on the sides to open, and on the R1 it is bigger and it has a pressable button. On both it's very easy, but to be honest with you, I do prefer this one right here. Of course, they both come with sensors on the back, 4 screws holding the back part. Right here are silver, right here are black. Now about sizes, if we go right here, taking the bezel as a reference, we come with 46.1 and right here 46.4. Now, even that the side right here is very similar, they have different size screen, 1.4 inches versus 1.3. Yes, on the AW12 it is slightly smaller. They both offers you high definition IPS screen. Different is the R1, according with specs, offers you 466 by 466 pixels, while the AW12 240 by 240. Bluetooth 5.3 versus Bluetooth 5.2. About water protection, very similar, IP67, good for splashes only. And about battery, the R1 offers you a 260 milliamps hour versus a 280. In real life, this one was capable to give me 4 to 6 days and this one 7 to 10. But remember, this will depend on what kind of user you are. The R1 offers you wireless connection and it shows you the time and this battery icon that will give you an idea how much of percentage you have remaining on the smartwatch. Be honest with you, I like that because like that you can have an idea. You have around 75-80%. On the AW12 we come with magnetic connector charger. Sticks very firm, but something that I don't like it is that it won't show you or give you an idea of the battery status. Only will show you that flashing icon right there that will stay solid once it gets 100%. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning, they both come with microphone and speaker for calls. Different it is that the speaker on the R1, it is on the left side, and on the AW12, it is right there on the bottom. By the way, on both, the straps are not very easy to replace. Yes, you will be able to do it, but definitely you will need some kind of tools to do so. Now, about dials, on the R1, you're able to have 12 different ones. Keep in mind that only one you are able to replace it from the app. On the AW12, you come with only 8, and same thing, there is only one that you can switch anytime you want, and of course on both offers you the chance to add an image from the smartphone gallery. About gestures, from top to bottom you will have the shortcuts panel. Very important, the AW12 has a maximum on the screen of 30 seconds, no pointers, no always on display. The R1 a maximum of 20 seconds, no pointers, no always on display, but you have this secondary option right here that once you turn it on, the screen will remain on up to 5 minutes. If you want another 5 minutes after that, you will have to come over here and turn it back on. Now, about time on screen, on the AW12, we have a maximum of 30 seconds, no pointers, no always on. On the R1, the maximum is 20 seconds, but you can with this second feature right here that once you turn it on, the screen can remain on up to 5 minutes. After those 5, of course, it will be off, and if you want it back on, you will have to turn it on from the shortcuts. But it does offers you this always on display option. Keep in mind, it will be on the pointer and no digital style. When the screen goes off, this is how it will look all the time. Now, remember that it is not an AMOLED screen, so the truth is that the whole screen is on. So if you use this feature, you will have to charge it every day. And very important, once you have the pointer on, you will lose the gesture to wake up. Yes, you will have to press the crown to be able to see the main screen. From left to right on the R1, we come with a secondary screen with very cool shortcuts. You just touch on one of them and it will take you straight there. On the AW12, it offers you a secondary screen with weather and time, most common used apps. But to get into the apps menu, you will have to swipe one more time. As you see, on the R1, remember, you just press the crown to go there. Right here, to switch between the different styles that offers you, you just press twice like this. But on the AW12, you will have to go settings and switch it from here. From left to right on both, you will find your shortcuts. In both cases, you can customize these ones. Finally, from bottom to top, you will find your notifications. Very important. Both smartwatches are not able to show you emojis. Right here, show you squares, the heart on black and white. Right here, it will say only that you receive an emoji. You can swipe down on the R1 to see the content. That will be the maximum. On the AW12, as you see, we had the complete message. But it will be able to show you just 3 screens like that. And only the 3 dots. About vibration, they are very similar. It is not that strong, but you have the advantage on the R1 that you can select to vibrate 1, 2, up to 3 times. Right here, it will vibrate just once. But if you are doing some activities, you might lose the messages on both. I repeat, the vibration is not that strong. About apps, they both offers you music player, and pretty cool that on both you can control everything that you play on your smartphone and stay on the smartphone, or you can choose to play the sound through the smartwatch speaker, will be up to you. They both offers you timer, stopwatch, alarms, camera shooter, games. Right here you have just one, right here 4. On both you can add your favorite contacts, calculator, some health apps. The difference will be on the R1 you count with calendar, not on the AW12. Also compass, we don't have that right here. And finally, even that both can pair to an iOS or Android device. The R1 pairs to the CoFit app and the AW12 to the DeFit. Both offers you a dial market with many where to choose from. But in this case, I had to admit it, the AW12 will offer you a lot more options. From here, you're able to do some other customization, check the health history. On this, I had to say it, I think both apps are very friendly to use. But the CoFit app offers you the possibility, for example, of anti-loss reminder. You can turn on this one. We don't have that right here. How many times you want your smartwatch vibrate when you receive a notification. You can go from 1 to 3. And well, friends, with that being said, let me know what you think. They both look really nice. That you receive your notification right there on your wrist. Same thing for calls. They both look super nice. I think if you're looking for a better battery, you should go for the AW12. But if you are a person that needs your calendar on your smartwatch, you should go for the R1. But it is up to you. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Take care and I'll see you in the next one.